Hey y'all, we are back live. Don't know what happened. That's the first time that I think the radio station probably has ever experienced what just happened. But we just lost the live feed. And usually when stuff like that happens, I equate it to the information is not supposed to get out, or the enemy doesn't want us to get it out to allow the people to know, and for it to be realized. However, because we're in a technological world, we still can continue from where we left off at. So, Miss Lady, you were speaking in the midst of it all. If you don't remember, we can.
I don't remember what I said.
I got you.
What's
It's
the
all
question?
good. It's all good. We could keep going.
Yeah.
All right, I got you.
What you got?
Your question, you was on questions.
I got you with the question. I got you, brother. All right. So, how have the hospital closures and reductions in services affected families throughout Chester and also Delaware County?
The most important thing that I'm learning from other hospitals in the Delaware County is that overcrowded. And you go to a place, first incident that happened to me was that a good friend of mine was in church and she had an attack. They got her to Riddle. She was there about, I guess, 11:30 a.m. She didn't get waited on until 9 o'clock p.m.
Mm-hmm.
She waited all day long to be waited on. So the overcrowdedness, people in other hospitals tell me that they're overworked. They hope closure was open. I talked to a lot of men. When closure gonna open back up? And then some people can be rude when they're sick. When you're sick, you don't want nobody leave me alone. So the respect level and all that other hospitals may not be used to coming from the people in this city and in the surrounding area, they just moved because it took you 25 minutes to get me here. Then it took you 3 hours to wait on me. Then you expect me to act calm and collective. So how has it affected the entire area? Is that the closing of Crozier as well as Teller Hospital has made the other hospitals overcrowded. They're understaffed, according to them, and they're overworked.
Yeah, no, that's good. Riddle used to be the hospital you go to when you wanted quick service. But now you go in there and you in there. Some people in there all day long. Oh, I'm talking about all day, like from morning to night sometimes. And then when they do get you to the back, they take their time because, like you said, they overworked and they tired and they just don't have the capacity to really perform the job the way that is necessary to perform it and take care of our community. So that's definitely very, very key. Yes, ma'am.
I was going to say, in the what ifs, we don't deal with either. Like right there at 95, or in the environment that we live in now. What if a major tragedy happens? What if? Where do you go? Well, there's a hospital that's right there, but yet you're going to have to try to find other places to place people. Well, what if there's a major accident on 95? What do we do then? Well, we shouldn't wait until it happens. We should be proactive and figure out, what are we going to do? There's a hospital, there's the land. We need to open that hospital again. And we need a different environment when the hospital is open again.
To add to that, that's actually one of our campaign goals is we want adequate, good EMS services and trauma center services. When a lot of these hospitals get privatized, those are the services that are usually the first to get cut because they're not seen as profitable. But it's like going back to what we were saying earlier, right? It's not a hustle, it's not a business, it's like a service. But when you're a private company, that's what you have on your mind. So yeah, that's one of our goals is to make sure those services aren't cut. And also already, I think, we went to a town hall that the Chariot Equities hosted back in April, and they were mentioning cutting beds. I think Crozier had 400 beds around there, and we didn't get a number, but they were hinting that like it's going to get cut because I think they said they want to prioritize inpatient care. So these are just the kind of things that happen when you treat healthcare like a business,
Yeah, but when you stop to think about that, what sense does that make if I said there are 80 acres and you're saying you're going to make it smaller.
Number
Really?
of beds, right?
Really?
Yeah.
Why? Why? What sense? And that's why the community needs to step up and speak out. Step up. Speak out. Speak to the powers to be. Speak. Let them know this is not acceptable. We don't agree.
How do we as the community step out and have those conversations?
We're here. We're here. We have meetings on the third Thursday of every month. We're going to have a town hall meeting. We need for people to come. We need for them to speak.
Yeah, you want to see more on the town hall?
Our town hall will be September the 24th from 6 to 4 p.m. at the Church of Overcomer.
From 4 to 6 p.m., y'all.
Oh, no, sorry. 6 p.m.
Oh,
6
it
p.m.
starts at 6 p.m.
Yeah, it starts at 6.
Okay, it starts at 6 p.m.
Yeah. And,
I'm from Chester, again, born and raised, and there's a whole lot of intelligent people in Chester who have a lot to say.
Yes.
Here's an opportunity to
say it.
Your input, whether you for or against. But I know you have a lot on your mind, Chester. I know you, and you're not don't let people. Who are you, Chester? People gonna walk over you, and you allowing it. You won't let me walk over you, and I'm from here. So why would you let outsiders come in here and treat you as if you're nobody because it's profit over health? I can care less about your health as long as I can make $1. We have to stop that and say, no, we need to be involved with your decision making. We're having a town hall. We need you, Chester, we need you to come out and say, hey, I have a lot to say. Mm-hmm. Come out and say it. Because I know you have a lot to say. I know you. I've been around you for 67 years. Come on out, y'all.
So let me ask a question. So if we were to come out as a community and showed up to the town hall, the powers that be, are they present in the town hall?
Yeah. So we're inviting Delaware County Council because we're asking Delaware County Council to help us with our campaign goals. And again, that's like transparency around the hospital development, pushing the new owner to do adequate EMS services and trauma center services, and some kind of legal agreement, some kind of community agreement with the hospital to stay in the area for 10 years, or give a good advance notice of leave so the transition could be smooth. So those are the goals that we're presenting at the town hall. And we're going to invite county council, and we're hoping they show up, because their constituents are going to be there, and we're going to ask them to commit to these goals. We want to pass resolutions. How can we start figuring this out? How can we put some guardrails on this issue to keep it from getting worse? But yeah, that's kind of the program for the town hall. We're trying to. It's about action. It's like it's education, advocacy, but also like we need to do something. That's the only way we're gonna address this problem.
But as Shai was saying about being an individual, we're all humans. There are certain rights as being a human being that you deserve. So we'll speak to everyone's humanity. How about that? How about you cannot deny that I'm a human and I deserve respect. You deserve respect. So let's come together as humans. How about that?
Mainly poor people.
Exactly.
I have to stay on with the poor people because the wealthy people they can handle their business.
Right.
It's the poor people, the health care,
Disenfranchised.
the poor people who need to come to unite.
Yeah.
Say, wait a minute. I know we poor, but if we put our dollars together and put our more so volunteers. It's hard to be a volunteer. A lot of people get paid for everything, but if you can just volunteer, the opposition, hoping you don't come out. Even if they don't show up, they're going to send a spy. They're going to send somebody to check you on where that was a no-show. They hoping you don't show up. Don't give them what they want, y'all. Let's show up. And I'm a volunteer. I'm not getting paid for this. I'm volunteering.
Exactly.
Because it's about health. I haven't even talked about education yet because that's my field. But I'm on the health thing right now. Education comes later. Mm-hmm. But the health thing is that the opposition is hoping that you don't show up so they can report back to their chain of command and say, well, it was only 10 people there.
Exactly.
Nah, we're going to have 2,000 there.
Yeah, that's true. It's like yeah, there's like two kinds of power, right? There's organized money and there's organized people. So we're not millionaires. So the only other option is to get organized people. So the more people that come to this event, show, you got to show your face, right? You got to,
Exactly.
it's like you stand up, you got to say like, I support this, I support these changes. And that's the only way we're going to, get through is if people show their face and speak on what they want.
But I still go back to, just because I don't have financial wealth doesn't keep me from being a human that deserves to be treated like a human. So even if it's not for me, then come for your neighbor. Come from the person down the street, because we all need to stand up. We need to stand up and we need to voice what we are feeling is important to this community.
Right. So outside of the town halls, do we got feet on the ground, pounding the pavement, as they would say, going out? Like you said, you were knocking on doors. Are we currently knocking on doors for this campaign right now?
Yes, we've done a just not long ago. We were in front of Sam's, inviting people to sign the petition. We make phone calls, calling people to ask them to encourage them to come out. And again, we have meetings on the third Thursday of every month from 6 to 8 p.m. at Crozier Library, where we're asking people to come, be a part, please.
So let me ask you a question. Why did you get behind, or what makes this specific campaign that you guys are working on right now near and dear to you?
Because what if I just sat at home and said, "Oh, things are bad." At least if things don't change, I can't say that I didn't try.
Or what if
You gotta put an effort in. You gotta try.
Right. What if I don't think that my voice is heard?
And it won't be heard if you stay home and do nothing.
We're on the same point there. That's where I was at. I would like to hear from the people who are in opposition of the hospital. The younger people, my children, the G, Z generation, they stopped going to Crozier. That's why the Kill Crozier slogan came up. And it's a small city, so once the reputation comes out, so we need them to come out and say why they are in opposition of Crozier. Because we know why we need it to stay alive. So we need to hear the people who are come out and say, well, I'm against Crozier because.
But even at that, it doesn't mean it can't change. Every day you wake up, there's a possibility that things can change. And they will change if you work hard at it. Nothing comes by sitting around.
I want to add to that too, to what Sean and Kishi are saying very, very well. Organizing works. So one Pennsylvania, we got chapters in Philadelphia. We have a group, Renters United.
Yes.
And we recently won a big campaign in Philadelphia called Safe and Healthy Homes, where we got protections for renters that if they report violations by their landlords, mostly slumlords, that they can't be retaliated against. So just because you tell you report to L&I that you have black mold, a landlord can't threaten to evict you. Also got several $1 million in the budget, in the Philadelphia city budget, for home repairs for low income folk. And that the way that happened is like as a group of people like us just showing up to City Hall, pushing, doing things like talking to the media, town hall. This stuff works, it's not like pie in the sky. And that's what we're trying to do. We're trying to show people there's a way forward. But yeah.
Can I piggyback on?
Absolutely.
Can I piggyback on what you just said about the slumlord? Because you have, and in Chester, you have a whole lot of slumlords. Don't mean you have to be a bum tenant. because you have a slumlord. And we have a lot of them. We have a lot of people who don't care about the property as long as they're getting that. But you have to start caring about yourself and say, hey, I don't fear what Rabbi just said. I don't fear being retaliated by you because of your neglect in the building. So that's necessary to have a group of people that say, hey, you're not going to be retaliated on because you're complaining about the condition. But don't be a bum tenant because you have a bum landlord.
But this is just the beginning of our fight for the hospital. This is just the beginning. This doesn't happen. This didn't happen overnight, and the solution won't be overnight. So we're going to have to fight, but we have to be in for the long haul to keep fighting. To keep fighting. Don't stop. Keep fighting.
So let me ask you guys a question. What does community control of healthcare mean to you?
When people are allowed to have a voice in what goes on, and at least the transparency of seeing what is the money here being spent on. Are you taking the money and investing it back into the hospital? Or are you making sure that you're doing side deals? We want to know. We want to know what's happening. And guess what? When people are able to see what you're doing, usually you do the right thing, because eyes have to be on how you're spending the money.
Right, but if it's my money, it's my business, why should your eyes be on it?
Well, you want me to come, right? So I'm not coming just to make sure you become rich. I'm coming for health care. So I want the best. So you have to have me buying in, because we could build a great building here and nobody show up. What do you have then?
But if it's an emergency, they're going to bring me here.
Okay. And again, relationship. You want me to keep coming back. You want the community to buy into this. The community is not going to buy in if they don't feel that you care about them.
I mean, I think too, it's like, yeah, I mean, you know, with when Prospect Medical Holdings bought the hospital and just sold it off, like what they were doing is like they were taking out these massive loans, and instead of putting that money back into the hospital and paying staff and, you know, updating equipment, they just took off the top, and they took the profit and ran. And so, you know, that wouldn't have happened. That would have been a lot harder for them to do if there was some kind of transparency. And so, I mean, it's a different place we're at with Chariot Equities because they're buying the hospital and they're redeveloping it. And hey, it's not an easy thing, you know. Like I'm sure it's a hard undertaking. I'm sure, but that's what we're trying to say is like, well, you know, let us in, like let the community in on that process.
On the ground floor.
see what's happening. Yeah, because we don't want that to happen again.
Exactly.
You know, that's one of our campaign goals. We're asking for a community agreement, some kind of in writing. You're going to stay in the area for 10 years. Or if you exit, you're going to give us some time. You know, you're going to give us some time for a good transition. Not like what happened with Prospect, right?
So let me ask another question. For the people that don't know, how does a petition work?
Petition? It's just like, so we got our campaign goals, and we just collect signatures and just saying like, hey, I, as a resident in Delaware County, support these solutions. You know, it's just another way to show our power. How many people agree with this? We're almost at 500 signatures for our petition right now, and it's still growing. We're gonna keep pushing, yeah. But it's another tool, you know. It's like this town hall, the petition. It's just like
We've knocked on doors.
knocking on, yeah.
And we've gone again, like the event at Sam's, of standing out, just talking to people, just interacting with them, explaining the situation as far as the hospital is concerned, and that we'd like for you to sign the petition to show your support so that we can again show those elected officials that we are speaking for the people of Chester or Delaware County.
Yes, of course, I'm a baby boomer, so the generation under us, it's time for y'all to take this over. It's time for y'all to come with y'all brilliant ideas, y'all input. You're brilliant. And you pulled away from the hospital, you had your reason. And us as baby boomers are coming to you, our children, saying, hey, we need you back. And this is the reason why you should come back. Yes. And this town hall is the opportunity for the young people to come there and say, hey, wait a minute. This is the reason why we stopped going to Crozier. Then the more people involved, again, the investors themselves, they want to agree with what you just said, was that what's in it for us? Mm-hmm. We can care less about your health. What's in it for us? This is the billionaires. What are we going to get out of it? Mm-hmm. And that's what we have. We have a golden fleece, but you're not going to get it until you come to the round table or the oval table and discuss this with us. I tease my friends all the time. My government name is Alan Richardson. That's my government name. I take the son off and I run it backwards, Richard Allen. What did he do for Philadelphia area?
All right.
It was the yellow fever. All right, so we have something down here. And if you want it, you have to include us to get it.
So, no, that was good actually. So, yeah, I like that. That was a good tie. I like that, to the city of Philly, to the city of Chester. I love that. Let me ask you a question. So we talked about a contract that you guys said that you would get. Is it Chariot? Chariot, right?
Chariot Equities.
Yeah, Chariot Equities to essentially agree on. Could you tell the audience or the community what that contract would entail outside of staying here for 10 years?
I think mostly, well, like everything else we were talking about, the community contract would just like talk about that agreement, you know, just like how long they want to stay in the area. And the other things we're asking for are kind of like, you know, it's all can be wrapped into like a community benefits agreement. And that's like something that a lot of, you know, say like a development comes in. I'm going to use the example, like say a hotel is being built in a city. So you get like a community benefits agreement. And it's like, okay, so you're going to develop in the city, right? You're going to get certain tax incentives. You're going to get write-offs, maybe subsidies. And in return, the community gets this, this, and this. So it's like maybe it's a certain amount of jobs, right? Certain amount of union jobs. Or maybe you have to donate a certain amount of money to like the public services. And so that's kind of like we're asking for these campaign goals in the form of a community benefits like package. Does that make sense? Yeah.
And part of our commitments is that we're asking for transparency. The things that we've written down include transparency and also accountability. So we're not only asking for accountability from the owner, but also the county. And we are asking that you sit down and you talk with us as individuals, as human beings, and that you explain and let us express how we feel so that we can come up with something that works for everyone and it's beneficial for all.
But what happens when the community or the county just sees us as numbers?
Just sees it as
you're speaking on the human aspect of it, but a lot of times, and being from this county, a lot of times we get seen as a number and not really a person because they make decisions without asking for our input.
Right, because we don't hold them accountable. So we're going to turn around, and that's the part that I'm asking that we do. We're asking you, what are you going to do? And when you don't follow through with what we've asked you to do and that you committed to do, then we're going to say, thank you. We'll see you at voting time.
How can you, from a hospital perspective, and I got you, 1 second, sir. How can, from a hospital perspective, you hold Chariot Equities accountable if we have no legal powers to hold them accountable?
That's what we're trying to do right now.
We're
trying to build the legal power. And the only way that's going to happen is if there's a movement, you know, to push that.
And a group
Yeah.
of people. to
Yeah.
represent that.
It's like you look at the labor laws, right? You got the 5-day work, 40-hour work week. That wasn't a law before. What happened is like thousands of workers pushed over decades to make that into a law. And it's the same. It's the same with any other social issue. You need people. That's how you make the change.
We're putting our power in poetry. We're raising a lot. We're getting the young brothers to take out the curse in their poetry, explain our situation through poetry, and by the times that the individual hear it, listen to our poetry, by the time you figure out, you know just where we're going at with this, what we have to contribute. It's our land, it's taxpayers' land, and you're not here for nothing. You're not investing your $10 million for nothing. You know why you're investing them $10 million.
Mm-hmm.
Somebody to say it to you, this is the place to put your money. Chester is not going underground. It's too much historical value to go away. So when you come in here for our land, this is where the young people demand. We're not asking you for anything. We're demanding that you make us a part of this.
Exactly.
And if you don't, then
It won't work.
we can pass the baton to our children and our grandchildren. So it's not going away. I may not live to say it, but it's not going anywhere. It's going to keep coming back up. In the words of Earth, Wind, and Fire, cells don't dissipate. They only recreate.
Right. Oh, that's good. So, and I'm asking y'all the questions as a community person. So I just
Yes.
don't, it's not on our list that I sent y'all, but it's just in
It's
the
okay.
conversation.
Yeah.
So this question here is, as one Pennsylvania comes together and has broken into the city of Chester and has been advocating for the city of Chester when it comes to the healthcare crisis, specifically Crozier Hospital, what is something that you guys have learned in your respective places about the people of Chester, the city of Chester, and how has that helped benefit your drive and your push to push this petition to the higher level?
We are a hard people. The thing about hard people is that once you break through that tough exterior, once you break it, you have some good people in Chester. Once they agree with it, once they disagree, you see how they are when they disagree. I'm not trying to hear that. But once they agree, I'm talking to the younger people. Because we talk to our children, why aren't you running city council? Why aren't you at the school board meetings? We ask, this is not for the senior citizens. We disabled. We don't have that fire anymore. So you young people with that fire, it's time for you to go in and be the mayor.
I think you got some fire, Shaw.
You can do that.
I think he still got some fire.
I think we've learned that you have to continue to fight. That again, this is not an easy fight. Nobody promised it would be an easy fight, but we have to continue to fight. It doesn't matter that, maybe the progress that we expected to happen a certain way, it doesn't happen that way, but it's okay to continue fighting. And that we're not going to stop. As Shaw said, we're not going to stop. Just because you don't respond at this moment, you're going to have to respond one way or the other.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
We're not going anywhere.
We're not going.
Not going nowhere. I like it. Stand 10 toes in it then. I like it. So I got one last question for you guys.
Okay.
So after you get the signatures, and how many signatures you guys looking for?
A little under 500.
As many as possible.
How many we want? How many are we going for?
How many do
are
we-
you looking for?
Four.
Or do you need?
Oh, we're gonna keep pushing it.
Yes, as many as we possibly can.
We need 20 to 5,000.
Right, we
There's
wanna
33,000
show-
people here.
we
We
wanna
need
show-
everybody, actually, but we know we're not going to get that. But
Right.
again, hey, you have in the city of Chester maybe 19 to 20,000 eligible voters. All three parties, independent, Republican, Democrats, only have 8,000 people participate. we talking about 12, 11,000 people who don't even register.
So imagine if we all voted and responded. What would politicians, what would our elected officials have to do if we all, with our one vote,
When we all,
used it?
When?
When?
Right.
Yeah, you're right.
when we all.
So
When we use it.
I'll use this. So, and this is just I guess a clarion call, a decoration, whatever that looks like. We as a community sold out the chicken sandwich from Popeyes.
All right.
It cost us like $6.89 a sandwich, something like that. I didn't have it until after the craze was over because I don't trust that wild stuff first. But all they're asking for you is to, one, believe in the healthcare crisis here in the city of Chester. Two, believe in the health of your family, your children's children. That's your great grandkids. Believe in that now. And like Shai said, even if you don't live to see it,
That's right.
you got to put what's necessary for the next generation to be able to benefit from, because it's important. All they asking you for is a signature.
Yes.
Sign the petition. Sign it so that we can not only bring healthcare back to Chester with the hospital, but also take some pressure off of the rest of Delaware County's hospitals so that the workers, they may not be your family, but they have a family, so that they can go home and have energy and hang out with their kids and throw the ball in the yard instead of going right to sleep because you got to get right back up at 7 in the morning and get back to work. Sign the petition. Let's sell this out. 500,000 signatures. That's what I see. 500,000 signatures.
And please
great.
show up on the 24th
Mm-hmm.
from 6 to 8 p.m. at Church of Overcomer to show power that we can speak and we represent.
So final question, because I had to get that out of my system. I'm sorry. It was sitting on me this week.
Sure.
This
No,
whole
that's
episode.
good.
Yeah.
Thanks to you, brother.
That's great.
Thanks to you.
So after, all of the 500,000 come and sign this petition, mark my words, today is August the 28th, 11:15 a.m.
All right.
You'll have 500,000 signatures on that this time next year. 500,000.
All right.
I see that.
All
Pray
right.
on it.
But after all of the signing of the petition happens, what do you want the council to be able to do? And not just enforce the 5-year, the 10-year plan for them to stay present. What is it that you want the county president, Mr. Walmack, to do, to enforce? I know him. I know him. That's why.
Oh, to make
Not
sure.
know him, but I know him.
Well, to make sure that there's health care here that is local in that building or the building that they recreate. We want health care to be here. Emergency rooms. And again, 80 acres, expand. Don't stop there, expand.
Make it a campus.
Make it a campus.
Yeah.
We call it Crozier University.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think they're trying to get some medical research stuff in there. But to say I think what we need county council to do is so county council did great. That they this new iteration, I think it went blue 10 years ago, and they started a health department. I think Dr. Monica Taylor, Councilwoman Taylor, started the health department, which is great because Delaware County was one of the wealthiest counties without a health department. And so we're just asking them to build on that, right? Times are changing. These private companies are coming for our services, and we need to adapt. It's you see the same thing with tech and social media, right? It's it's running so fast. Lawmakers are trying to catch up. What we're asking Delaware County is hey, this is a crisis unfolding, and so we need to make laws that reflect the situation. So I think that's what we need from county council.
I got you. So tell the community where can they find the petition. More importantly, where can they find you with the petition?
Yeah. Can we drop you a link with the petition on the show? And
Absolutely.
yeah, and we do one for the town hall as well.
I got you. And we can just put it in the comments of
Yeah, that'd be great. That'd be perfect.
So social media, website, anything like that.
Mm-hmm.
You want to talk about?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Like your
Oh,
Instagram
1PA.
account.
Yeah, so I'm not great with the social media. So it's not my strong suit. But well, what we have we have an Instagram, 1PA, and we're on Facebook as well. So we'll be posting it on there too. Yeah. So, but yeah, I think other than that, like yeah, if this conversation has inspired you, like just you can send me an email at Rabib RABIB at 1PA.org. And yeah, we'll get you right in there. I'll send you the petition and talk about meeting and want to hear what you want to see changed in your community.
So one thing I think you guys should start doing is popping up at community events. Just pop up. Hey, I need you to sign this.
That's how we met y'all.
Take 2 seconds. Sign this for me.
That's how we met y'all. Right? I think we were at Fusion Fridays.
Yeah, the biggest,
Yeah.
and I think I may stand corrected, but you're from Chester, so you probably know. The biggest event is coming up in October, is it? Homecoming? It's gonna be
Homecoming.
A whole bunch of people
That's our
who you could definitely jump into.
sure.
You know,
Sure.
just ask
That's
those questions
in
and
October.
get some to sign. I think that's your 500,000 right there. At least that's what it looked like on camera. 500,000 people.
It's
Those are people who love the city of Chester, who come back every year.
I just like to say,
That's a big thing.
as my in closing, I guess
in closing, landing this plane.
I'm speaking to the class of 75, 76, 77, and 78. I know where you were September of 74. You came back to your place of birth to be educated. You were born there as Chester Hospital. They closed in 64. They opened up back as a high school in 74. And them 4 classes were the first 4 classes that came back to their place of birth to be educated. They had everything from vocational to biology in that school, and they didn't utilize it. If they had utilized it, we would have a hospital. But since they had their plans to exclude us, this is why we are in the situation we are in now. So again, I know you're going to be out for the October event. I think every Tuesday down at Ethel Waters Park, they have a gathering every Tuesday at 6 o'clock. And it's starting to grow. I noticed that it was a fruit, but now it's really starting to grow. To get people, and this is my age, to come and say, hey, look, we want this hospital. We need this hospital, and we have a right to this hospital. So in the scientific things called the full circle, come back and get what was taken from you in 1973. Because they took your history in 73. Now, you opened up a school in 74. But in 73, Jack Nacarelli, or Nacarelli, allowed Philadelphia to borrow our history. Now, if I take your purpose, reason, value, and worth, then I'll tell you produce. Now, I took everything from you. Now I want you to produce.
That's a different podcast for a different day.
That's the education. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry about the education. I'm sorry.
We can dig into that and really, and we're gonna have to. You're gonna have to come back and we're gonna have to have that conversation, because that's good. Oh my goodness, that's real good. All right, so look, 1PA, they came and joined us today for an interview, even with hiccups. We jumped right back in and we got it and we made it happen. They gave you guys a wealth of knowledge. Please, 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 please sign the petition. 500,000 signatures. It's not needed, but that's what we want.
And show up to the town hall.
Show up to the town hall right after we get off of this. I'm gonna sign the petition because I believe in leading from the front and pushing from the back.
All right.
So I'm gonna go ahead and sign that. It'll be on their social media. We're gonna take a little video of me signing it. It'll be on the social media. Check us out every single day of the week. There's something going on cmpradio.net. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you all for your time.
Thank you.